Hey there, folks. I am the Mighty Plantain, and we are looking at some Irish whiskey today. I've done a couple of whiskeys, some other hard liquors, and usually Scotch whiskey or American, but this is my first Irish whiskey review. Jameson, triple distilled Irish whiskey, and this is their Caskmates Stout edition. Now, the regular Jameson's pretty smooth. It's a nice blended Irish whiskey. I think most Irish whiskeys are blended. They don't tend to be single malts. But this Caskmates Stout edition, this was actually finished in stout casks from a local craft brewery. They don't say specifically which one. So it's an Irish, of course, Irish craft brewery. Just says that they got the idea because the craft brewery was taking their casks to finish their beer in, so they decided to go the other direction with this. Now I have had something similar. Glenfiddich did a version of their whiskey that was finished in IPA barrels, and that wound up being very, very interesting with some complex flavors, and it was really great. So I've got high expectations for this already. So let's see what happens if it lives up to those expectations. I'm not a big fan of the screw seal. I like my whiskeys to have corks when they come from overseas, but you know what? It's not necessarily a bad thing for it. And it's definitely got a slightly darker color than a lot of whiskeys from I'm used to seeing. More of a caramel look to it. And it's awfully thick on the glass. Yes, I know, I'm not doing the swirl just quite right. If you look there, it is clinging to the glass pretty good. It does have that slightly darker caramel color. It's actually looks pretty sticky. Just that little bit of a swirl I got going, and I got a lot of residue still up there that's not running down, so that's interesting. Yeah, even without the splash, there's still little flecks that are sticking. I've never seen a whiskey behave quite like that before. It's got a bite to it. It's got a nice smooth aroma. It's almost sweet. Maybe a little tart and appley. So that's interesting. Yeah, maybe a little tart and appley. So far, in appearance and in the aroma, this thing's already surprised me a couple of times because I got something I wasn't expecting. Still got a good bite to it, though. Kind of stings in the finish. Fairly smooth. There's maybe a hint of roastiness to it. Some slight hoppy bitterness coming through. I mean, up front, it's just a smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Kind of in the middle, as you're swallowing, you get a little hint of the roasted malt, the roastiness from the stout, and it could be a combination of that and the notes from the barrel being toasted. And a slightly hoppy bitterness as it rolls off the tongue. A bit of stinging in the finish, but that fades after the first couple of sips. I'm actually getting a little bit of that sweetness up front now. Sweet and tart. It's leveling out and getting smoother as I drink it. There's definitely some slight hints of the character of the stout in there. It's not powerful or overwhelming. It's not obvious and hitting you in the face, but it's there. Very, very subtly. It's good. It's definitely an interesting departure from the regular Jameson. But yeah, it's a little bit sweet and tart up front, slightly roasty with a bit of hoppy bitterness as you swallow it, and then in the finish it gets a little stingy. And that's the best way to describe it, because it kind of lingers on the tongue, and it's probably just the alcohol in it that's really giving it that sting. But and it's not bad. It's not an unpleasant sensation. Overall, it's pretty good. I mean, don't go buying it if you want to get a whiskey that tastes like a stout, because those flavors are very subtle in this. It's not right out front and obvious, but it is definitely, like I said, a different departure, an interesting departure from regular Jameson. It is a little bit different. It's worth investing in and checking out at least once. Personally, I like it. I would drink it again. Your opinion may differ depending on what you like in your whiskeys, but yeah, like I said, at least try it out once. Comes in at a pretty decent price point. I think it was around 35 bucks on sale, so you can't lose with that anyway. But that's just what I think about it. Hit me up down in the comments and the email link down below. If you've had this, let me know if you agree or disagree, what you think about it, what you like, if you picked up on anything flavor-wise that I didn't. While you're down there, make sure to click on the like and share buttons, and also subscribe. If you like and share the video, I get more attention, which is the whole reason I do this in the first place. We all know that. And if you subscribe, you'll get a notification whenever I post a new video. Till next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.